And welcome back, everyone, to Death Battle Reaction. Phoenix versus Raven. Okay, look, this is one where, oh God, these two have gone nuts in terms of how powerful they are. Raven specifically has gone super nuts in terms of some of the stuff she's capable of doing. However, my money leaned itself towards the Phoenix Force, the Phoenix Gene, and the Phoenix Force in general. This is because the strongest forms of Raven that exist, unkindness Raven, I think it's called, or unkind, either way, that can only be achieved through extra help through like Shazam and things along those lines. So if they use that, I'm going to say right now, shenanigans. Of course, if they use that and Gene still wins, I'll still call shenanigans, but I'll still say Gene won. But look, right now, before I even start the video, my money is on Gene and the Phoenix. But let's find out.
Jean Grey, the marvelous Phoenix of the X-Men.
Raven, the Azaraethian demon witch of the Teen Titans.
Outfit
If absolute power corrupts absolutely, in our quest to contain the beast within, we may well be consumed by...
Bird battle time! Raka! He's Wiz and I'm
I didn't even think about that connection, but they're not
armor and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Who they starting with? Phoenix?
In Greek mythology, the majestic phoenix bursts into flames upon its death, then rises from its own ashes.
Listening more intently when we get to the part that stopped in the
rebirth, the dawning and setting of the sun, the beginning and end of life.
But I think in the order of which they break down, do the breakdown for these individuals, it is the name.
Just like a phoenix, the trauma of Annie's death was the start of something new. Her mutant power of telepathy. In Annie's fleeting moments, Jean bonded with her mind, and they experienced her death together.
By the way, Jean was 10.
Enter Professor Charles Xavier, who hoped to help Jean through her trauma.
And was also a telepath. He taught Jean how to control her X-Gene, and she used her powers to find other troubled mutant kids around the country.
Thus, the first iteration of these marvelous mutant superheroes was born.
She just had
the
better
X-Men.
Cyclops, Iceman,
but
Beast,
the
Angel, and of course, Marvel Girl. We can workshop that name.
Jean's potential as a telepath was incredible. So far beyond Xavier's, in fact, that he installed psionic blocks in her mind to limit her full power. At least until she was mature enough to wield it safely.
She can read and control thoughts, communicate telepathically, rewrite and erase memories, manipulate each one of your senses, and project her mind into the astral plane.
Jean is also an expert telekinetic, capable of forming energy barriers, deconstructing giant machines, and even halting the blood flow to your brain.
Starting to feel like the guy with big hands who can climb good is a little out of place, but Jean's life would change forever. Again, on one fateful mission.
Trapped piloting a ship through a solar storm, the Marvel Girl came into contact with an incredible energy. It merged with her, greatly enhancing her power.
But there was a catch. This thing wasn't just a power boost. It was a giant space bird.
More like a cosmic being, which is the embodiment of the Big Bang, destined to consume all of existence at the end of time. This is the Phoenix Force.
Well, merging with the fire chicken didn't turn out so great, because all it wanted to do was blow shit up. Hey, why don't I get a Phoenix Force? That sounds awesome.
The Phoenix Force desires destruction. Its fire will one day consume all of existence. That's its purpose. Unfortunately, this need for annihilation would prove too much for Jean, manipulating and corrupting her until a thoughtless moment where she obliterated an entire civilized planet. Billions of lives simply erased. This was the dawn of the Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, when Jean figured out what happened, she was not okay. No matter how hard she tried to kill the Phoenix's influence, it would always rise back up. Good, because it's a Phoenix.
And so, rather than allow this absolute power to consume her, Jean heroically sacrificed herself, ending the threat.
What a beautifully tragic story about the corrupting influence of power on the human spirit.
Not really. Turns out that wasn't actually Jean. The Phoenix was just kind of pretending to be her. She came back later. Oh, and she merged with the Phoenix again.
Well, that's stupid.
Multiple times.
But hey, absolute power may corrupt absolutely, but it also absolutely owns.
As the Phoenix, Jean can channel vast amounts of cosmic energy, absorb power from others, manipulate matter down to the subatomic level, and even scorch your soul with psionic flames.
Flames that take the shape of the Phoenix itself, grow to the size of a universe, and burn hotter than a supernova. The Phoenix can basically do anything. Stop
melt a
time, open
supernova.
portals, see the future, raise the dead, and create pocket realities just for fun.
She can fly at massively faster than light speeds and wage mental battles across infinite distances in seconds.
El Pollo Loco even boosted Jean's natural mutant abilities to the max. She's physically strong enough to fight the Thing, and she's a stronger telepath than Moondragon was with the Mind Gem.
Oh,
you
dear
know, the
Lord.
Infinity Gauntlet bling that controls all minds in the universe.
And should Jean fall, the
oh, God.
Phoenix can always resurrect her. So long as her soul remains intact, it will reform her body no matter how many times it's destroyed.
So
Which is
basically,
good, since
even
she's
without
died
the Phoenix,
literally
Jean has helped
15
build her
times.
body. Oh,
As
God.
of this recording, at least, she probably died again in 2024.
This is July. So after the recording took place, Jean Grey has died 16 times.
But hey, when Jean's not
That's
around, the
good.
Phoenix has jumped into other people. Rachel Gray, Hope Summers, Firehair. It's got a thing for redheads.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you think it was a bad idea to have Jocelyn study it?
Uh-oh.
I demand a raise!
Nah, she's fine.
Well, even with plenty of hosts to choose from, the Phoenix would often end up back with Jean.
Yep.
Like a clingy, codependent ex. While Jean might be stuck in a kind of love Ouroboros with Scott, Logan, Emma, basically everyone, her true
Everyone.
bestie is the Phoenix.
Because according to the Phoenix Force, she is its perfect vessel. The Phoenix is powerful enough to stalemate Galactus and defeat the being Necrom, who was going to collapse the multiverse into a singularity. With Old Man Logan as its host, the Phoenix saved the entire Omniverse from destruction.
Yeah, basically
Christ
the
almighty.
embodiment of the previous multiverse got mad and tried to flood reality with his evil juices. So, Old Man Phoenix held back a tsunami that would have erased all of Marvel Comics.
Let's move on. Even after
Dear
multiple
Lord.
possessions, Jean was never quite free from
Reverse
the
the
influence
normal
of the Dark
mutant
Phoenix
spell,
and the
cause
threat
return
of
to
its
convulsive
ultimate
pain. Hold
destruction.
on.
But Jean's like the nice.
Let's get all this. Could kill the Beyonder in the White Hot Room. Dear God, the Beyonder's. Oh man. Forestalled Necron's multiversal singularity. Waged mental battle across infinite dimensions. Stabilized the reality-ending Imcran crystal and defeated Professor X, Galactus, Necrom Sublime, and the Adversary. Dear God, what are they going to show for Raven?
So she eventually sort of got through to the Phoenix Force.
And with their combined power emotionally stabilized, Jean reached
With
her
our powers
ultimate
combined.
state of
Where?
being, the White Phoenix of the Crown.
Sounds like a Dark Souls boss, and just as bullshit. White Phoenix is a perfect merging of Jean and the Phoenix
Oh,
Force,
no.
allowing her to control time and space and hold friggin' universes in her hand.
And giving her dominion over the White Hot Room, the highest plane of existence and the center of the Phoenix's power. Beyond the far shore.
Even with Taya, a lesser host than Jean, the White Hot Room's power boost was great enough to dwarf the Beyonder in God's stories of
reality,
story
it is a
Loki.
dimension the Phoenix has complete control over and even gets stronger while in it.
But Phoenix could never get out of that let's kill everyone mindset. So Jean finally confronted it and dumped his ass. Yeah, she dumped a cosmic god of destruction. You go, girl. Time to take back the good old days of. Wait, they're calling her Marvel Girl again? Roll it back.
But like a phoenix, the two will inevitably rise again and reunite, refreshed and renewed, with a passion that
okay,
can
so
melt stars
that's
and
a
set
lot.
our souls
Let's
aflame.
let's go through the better
How
health.
many
thing.
reasons you don't.
Okay,
There are
so
more
we're
than
gonna-
100,000 combined.
Don't give a shit. So that's Jean. Let's
live
talk
in
about
Gotham.
Raven.
Thankfully, Angela was rescued and taken to a dimension called Azarath, filled with a bunch of smelly space hippies.
And there, she would have her doomed daughter, Raven.
The Azarathians were terrified of Raven. If she ever lost control of herself, even for a moment, she could release Trigon into the world and kickstart the apocalypse.
So they trained her to control her mind, forbidding her from feeling any emotions whatsoever, and thus suppress Trigon's influence. Which is
about
smart, since even
not
without
feeling
Trigon,
anything.
she's strong enough to accidentally destroy the universe.
I don't know, Wiz. Being told that if I get too mad or too happy I'd let loose the actual devil might just make me a tad bit stressed out of my goddamn mind.
Yeah.
I call it the prequel trilogy School of Psychotherapy. And much like a Jedi, Raven learned some sick magical powers.
Raven is an empath and can sense the emotions of others even from across the universe. She can shape those emotions so precisely it acts as a form of mind control.
Yep.
She can sense sense your presence, absorb and redirect your pain, steal your energy for herself, communicate telepathically, erase memories, or just turn your brain off and put you to sleep.
Her telepathy is so strong, she could resist a mental attack from the Hive Queen, whose psionic abilities could overpower even
from the Hive Queen simultaneously, whose mind control is directly compared to Trigon's influence, which Raven constantly resists.
Man's mental defenses.
God, I could use that some nights. And he can resist mind control from dudes who can destroy the multiverse. Seems like she's got this emotion shit locked down. What's the problem?
Her very soul. While her body is ostensibly human, her soul is the locus for Trigon's corruption, and she can separate it from her own body in the form of her silhouette.
It's a bird! It's a plane! No, that's just a bird!
This soul self is non-corporeal and can be controlled from an interstellar distance away. She can use it to fly, teleport across dimensions, possess people, smash ponies like a battering ram, and even absorb things into a pocket dimension of infinite darkness.
Or the nightmares.
It can also regenerate from complete disintegration.
Sort of like a soul healing factor. You know, they probably should have thought twice about making the person who could accidentally end the world such a badass.
Given Raven's fear of her dreaded destiny, it's fitting that her soul self should take the form of her namesake, a raven. Across multiple mythologies and cultures, the raven symbolizes prophecy, death, and ill omen.
Oh,
hey, if ravens mean bad news, what about gooses?
You wanna fight me, motherfuckers?
Bring it.
I'll nibble you.
Hey, what he said?
I'll nibble your eyes out.
Gonna nibble you.
See ya, suckers.
Oh, right. They symbolize assholes.
Upon turning 18, Raven feared Trigon's growing presence and went to Earth to form a super team capable of combating him.
Screw you, Satan! It's the Teen Titans! These kids may seem like the Justice League Junior Edition, but with Raven as their white and black mage combo, they were out kicking butt and saving the world.
You can add Warrior, too. On one of their adventures, Raven's physical body was enhanced to match Donna Troy, an Amazonian strong enough to withstand a blast from the Universe Buster Monarch.
Well, that's just bad game design.
Raven's vast arsenal of magic includes lightning, force fields, illusions, telekinesis, shape-shifting, matter manipulation, stopping and traveling through time,
Basically,
and most dangerously,
that
her
Phoenix Force
control
can do.
over souls.
She can rip your soul out of your body and absorb it to get stronger. Even controlling a universe full of souls all at once is no big deal.
And should someone attempt to possess her, she can tether their soul to hers, absorbing them.
Like in a possible future timeline where she did just that to the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. She got strong enough to destroy all of creation. She was called the Unkindness, which is actually the term for a group of ravens. Neat.
All of these powers made her an
lesser version of
incredible
the
asset for the Titans. No longer alone in Azarath, awaiting inevitable doom, Raven found a new home with new friends.
And a potential green-skinned love interest that DC is too cowardly to commit to. Come on, guys. We all ship it.
Alongside Raven, the Titans have defeated the Church of Blood, the alien conqueror Mongol, and the Brotherhood of Evil. However, the more Raven used her powers, the more Trigon's influence grew, unleashing a frightening transformation. Dark Raven.
Yeah, you can throw empathy out the window. As Dark Raven, she's a
Feelings?
force of
Who
pure
gives a shit about
destruction. A
feelings?
perfect vanguard for her pop's hellish army.
Like in the
She
New
doesn't look
52
like the
era,
Marquis
where
of
she
Death
led
to me.
Trigon's forces, conquering worlds for, quote, an eternity.
Even destroying her body won't do much. She'll just keep fighting as a messed up demon ghost.
But the Titans were not fair with their friends. With their love and support, Raven overcame her dark side and purified her soul to battle her all-powerful father.
We've been talking around him for a while, but Trigon is one of the biggest, baddest mother effers in DC Comics. Literally evil personified. He's wiped out the Justice League with no effort, including our old pal, pre-crisis Superman.
The same Superman who flew so fast he broke the bonds of infinity. Trigon's destroyed entire universes, matched the fifth-dimensional imp Mr. Mxyzptlk, and even killed Dr. Fate in an alternate dimension. The same Dr. Fate who flew across reality at the velocity of God.
Yeah, he's pretty strong, but so is Raven. You see, Raven was raised as a pacifist, afraid that if she let loose her father's powers would kill everyone she loved.
But in truth, Raven's power never belonged to her father in the first place. It was hers, and Trigon had no idea how strong his daughter really really was.
With the Rings of Azar, Raven bonded with Azarath to overpower
This is
Trigon and
ridiculous
destroy
when you
his
get to these
soul.
levels
Even though her
of,
body
cost
got
get
nuked
to
in the
these.
process, she just kept superheroing without it.
I mean,
That's right,
I
as
love
a
Death Battle. I do.
ghost.
But even
But
without her
sometimes these
father's
things just
direct
get ridiculous,
influence,
and I'm trying
Raven's
to figure out
incredible
who
power
wins
continued
is
to
just
prove
nuts.
impressive. Like the time she fought the Spectre, an unbound angel of wrath whose conflicts often threaten all of reality.
Long have the legends of old proclaimed the awesome
thing
might
is, they
of
don't
the god
list many
GF,
weaknesses
but
for
I
either
never
of
knew
these
they
two.
were true until this day.
So how the
This is
hell are they
okay.
determining who's
Portents
going
of
to win?
Doom are nothing new for this shadow-clad sorceress. With her teammates at her side, there's no future this Titan can't overcome.
Okay, so let's let's see if there's going to be a commercial here. Okay, yeah, my guess at going into this was the Phoenix. They did list us some pretty ridiculous shit for the Phoenix, but they also just listed a lot of ridiculous shit for Raven. I'm trying to remember what my record is right now. I got Ant-Man and Adam right. I got Dragonborn and Darks and the Immortal Undead, or Chosen Undead, right? I got Killua versus Misaki, right? I think the only one I didn't get. Who else has happened? What else has happened this year so far? I got Obito versus Vader, right? I'm blanking on some of the other ones that have happened so far this year. There was another one that I didn't get Stitch and Rocket right, and I think there was another one. I'm blanking on what the other one was, but I'm doing pretty well for my guessing this year. I think this is a coin flip because they're probably going to use the unkindness form though. I'm calling shenanigans already because from what I understand, Raven needed a specific ant from another character for that. I don't know. We'll find out. It's time for a death battle. That looks nice. We're going with this sprites, which is fine. Oh, that looked good.
Come to burn my home to ashes.
Yep.
The demon inside you is too strong to be left alive. I'm sorry. This is for the good of the universe.
I love the mix of soundtracks. That's kind of cool. I love the X-Men track in it. I'm not loving the voice work. I'm just used to Raiden from Teen Titans.
Darkness, take you!
Ow.
What's the matter? Afraid of the dark.
You don't control my mind!
Mental battle, yeah. I'll admit, the realistic fire's a little off for me. She does the Dark Raven fast. Which, obviously, we know she can do that. That's not gonna happen. I'll admit,
Too late for you now!
I'll admit, it's a little fast for that. But we know Jean's still got, both these guys still have a transformation beyond this. White Phoenix, and that's a good shot. Like, Raven's now getting smacked around. I threw a moon at him. It was a big.
Let me cleanse you of your demons. Sear and scorch them all away!
Alright, but we know she can survive that.
No, I'll take this pain from you.
Uh-oh.
Enough! I'm taking everything that twisted you to somewhere white, hot, pure!
And are they in the white room? Oh, they're in the white hot room.
Scott, Charles, everyone, Give me strength.
Okay, here we go.
I am not the daughter of a demon.
I am a daughter of Azarath. Azarath Metrion Zendo!
Problem is the white hot room. You should have the advantage. Wow, okay. Alright, so I got that wrong.
I'm home.
Huh.
KO! You know, I think they could have just talked this one out.
I'll give them this. This was never really one-sided one way or the other, I feel like. They did a good job at really balancing this out.
Was a nail-biter, and perhaps that's surprising, since Raven's reputation hardly matches that of the almighty Phoenix.
Probably because Raven's always holding back. When she does it, you don't have to dig too deep to see that these two are evenly matched in power.
The Phoenix Force was strong enough to hold back the destruction of...
More showings of high-end power. Phoenix Force has more experience. Lacks spiritual defenses. Okay, and couldn't destroy the Soul Self. Raven could counter most of Jean's abilities, have more options to end the fight. Soul Self would always generate theoretically less stamina and experience.
All creation. But Raven had multiple showings of battling similarly powerful characters like Trigon and the Spectre. And both could compete with speeds exceeding infinity.
Sure, Jean got a power boost in the white hot room, but that didn't make her invincible. The Phoenix has been overpowered there before, like by this big green cat. So, throw stats out the window. This fight came down to their abilities.
Both were immeasurably powerful telepaths. Both could control matter and time, and both could absorb each other's energy. However, Raven's ability to survive and fight as just her soul meant that most of Jean's offensive arsenal could not end the fight.
The Phoenix Force could have attempted to possess Raven's soul, but Raven has tethered her essence to other similarly powerful beings and absorbed them in the past.
And while the Phoenix's fire has shown to burn souls, Raven's has regenerated from complete disintegration.
On the flip side, Jean actually had very little defense against Raven's soul manipulation. The Phoenix could regenerate Jean's body, but not her spirit.
When Rachel Gray's soul was shattered, the Phoenix was actually incapable of healing it on its own. And while the Phoenix Force itself will be reborn in the White Hot Room, this can take months, years, even centuries.
So it could be one hell of a war of attrition, but ultimately, only Raven had the ability to finish this battle.
Jean Grey was one of the strongest beings we've ever seen. But Raven's own awesome might, brilliant magic, and unique soul-destroying powers snuffed out her fire for
ratio
good.
on this show.
Will the Phoenix rise again, returning from that far, far shore? Quoth the Raven, nevermore.
The winner is Raven.
All right, who do we got for the next? So, all right,
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We have a new Death Battle releasing every 2 weeks this year.
Let's see.
And click the join button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see Death Battles before anyone else,
Discord
so don't miss
versus
out.
Bill and Alex versus Cole. Okay, that's Guts versus who? Berserk versus Fire? Okay, I don't know anything about that. Well, everyone, that was, and we're just going to go. That's enough of that right now. Sand Superman, the problem marker. Anyway, that's something completely different. So yeah, that's the end of that one. I'll admit, wrong one. I'll admit I was surprised by the outcome, but the way they explained it made perfect sense. And that's the thing, at least for me anyway. I don't have an issue when the person I'm rooting for loses. I have an issue when they clearly either had a bias or didn't research the character well enough. The Superman one, while I still contend Goku should have won that, particularly round 2, I could have understand him losing if they explained it well, but they didn't. They were just wanking Superman too much. Like, why does any of this factor into a fight? Like, hearing in the back of your face doesn't matter in a fight. And the Aizen versus Madara one, I'll always go back to. They did Aizen dirty in that fight. They did him completely dirty in that fight. But no, this was explained well. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in 2 weeks for Guts versus... I can't remember the name of the character already. But I'll look into that, and then we'll go from there. Until then, thanks for watching. See you later.